Okay, so my second tip for manifesting with your crystals is to talk to your crystals. This might sound a little cuckoo, and trust me, I know. Thank you so much for clicking on this video today. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Jenna and I have a love for all things pretty crystals. I have my own online crystal shop called Pretty Crystals, and this is another Crystal Saturday where every Saturday on my YouTube channel we just sit down, we hang out, and we have a fun high vibe crystal chit chat. If that sounds like something up your alley, definitely hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you here for future videos as we grow our crystal community. Just have a really good time together. Today we are going to be talking about how you can use crystals for manifesting. I feel like I'm always saying things like, oh, this is a really good manifesting crystal. I always allude to manifestations. It's like such a huge part of my life and something I'm so passionate about. And I get this question a lot, like, how exactly do you use your crystals for manifesting? So today I thought we could go over 3 really simple, practical ways that you can use your crystals in your life to manifest that dream life of yours. So before we get into the video, I just want to give a big thank you to anyone who joined my very first crystal live sale on my Instagram last Sunday. I mentioned in my last video that I was going to start doing live crystal sales every Sunday on my Instagram, which is Pretty Crystals, by the way. Definitely follow there if you haven't already. And we did it. I was like really nervous. Not really nervous. I was only a little nervous. Less nervous than I anticipated. But then once it got going, I definitely got a little bit flustered because there was like a lot going on, a lot of moving parts, but I had the best freaking time and I was so grateful and happy to every single person who joined. Again, I feel like I always say this, but you definitely don't have to buy something if you're in there. Just like a fun place to kind of hang out, get some good crystal vibes, meet other crystal people, and just all around it is a good time. So a huge thank you to everyone who supported me in that live sale, everyone who purchased something. I was rapping my butt off for hours and hours and hours and hours yesterday. And the best part is that I had mentioned on my story that I did want to donate a portion of the proceeds to the NAACP and also a foundation that I found on Instagram called the Loveland Foundation. And they support communities of color and they have a focus on Black women and girls. And I saw something on their story actually today. I already decided I was going to donate to them, but today I did see on their story something about being able to provide therapy sessions to girls, to young Black girls who need it, and that really touched my heart and struck a chord with me. Oh God, I'm getting emotional. I, in my life, was fortunate enough to have parents that put me in therapy at a young age, and therapy honestly saved my life. I'm sure where I would be today if I didn't have that luxury. So to think about people, especially kids who don't have that luxury, or maybe parents who understand the value of therapy, really is very sad to think about. So that foundation really tugged on my heartstrings, and thank you guys, because we will be able to give a pretty good amount to them, and that is such a blessing. So thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it and love you. And I'm just grateful for the people who are spreading their light right now, being kind and compassionate, and yeah, that's all I have to say about that. So thank you. Live sales will continue on Sundays. If you're watching this on Saturday when it uploads, I will be on my way to Utah to pick up some larger scale crystals. This is my first trip to pick up a lot of larger pieces, which I'm so excited about. And I can't wait to share. That is that. We're heading to Utah, baby. And what else? La da da da. I think that does it for the intro. Let's just hop right into our video on how you can manifest using your crystals. Okay. So I saw this quote today and I thought it was very appropriate for this video. It said, "You are only one decision away from a totally different life." And this really resonated with me, and I think it's so true. And this doesn't necessarily mean that your life is going to totally transform and change overnight. It doesn't mean that your manifestations are going to come true in a matter of days or weeks or even months. It does mean that if you make that conscious decision that you want to change your life and you are going to believe in the power of crystals, believe in the power of yourself, believe in the power of the universe, and believe in the reality of your wildest dreams, then you have just changed your life. That is the first step of any manifestation, is just deciding that you are going to live that life and that it is already there. It is already on its way to you in perfect divine timing. So I just want to preface all of these little tips we're going to get into with that, because that should be the foundation of any of your manifestations. And I am here to remind you that they are all 100% possible. So let's get into tip number uno. So this one is pretty similar to what I spoke about last week in my tips for using crystals for anti-anxiety. And one of the tips I suggested was doing some crystal journaling, which is simply doing like a free flow positive journal entry with one of your crystals every morning. This is a little piece of citrine, by the way. We call them champagne citrines because they are this pale, beautiful color. Citrine is like the best money manifesting crystal, by the way, and happiness and abundance and all that good stuff. Anyway, I had went into detail about crystal journaling with one of your crystals, particularly in your left hand, which is your receiving hand. I'm gonna suggest for this tip on manifesting with your crystals is to do crystal journaling, but more specifically scripting. Now, if you're in the whole law of attraction manifesting world, you probably have heard of scripting. This is when you journal in present tense as if everything you are manifesting into your life has already happened. For me, you know, someday I want to live in my own crystal palace. I want to have huge amethyst towers at my door in my foyer. I just have this whole vision for my future self. So if I were to be scripting with my crystal, I would hold it in my left hand and I would start writing as if it was already here. So I would say, "Good morning, I just woke up in my beautiful crystal palace. I walk downstairs and I see my grand foyer. My beautiful big amethysts are standing right there. I am reminiscing on the day that I went to Brazil and I picked them out by myself and I had them shipped back, and they are just so precious." And it's so powerful because it aligns you with that vibration, and the crystal is just going to help you get there much quicker. It's going to amplify that magic. So I love scripting. See, I already feel I'm in my crystal palace, even if I'm not. So doing some scripting, especially every day, especially with one of your crystals, is going to align you with the vibration of your manifestation, and you're just going to set that momentum. It's going to be very, very powerful. I absolutely promise you. So highly recommend doing some scripting with your crystal. By the way, it's 11:14 right now, so I was definitely talking about all that at 11:11. Which is very, very powerful. Okay, so my second tip for manifesting with your crystals is to talk to your crystals. This might sound a little cuckoo, and trust me, I know. I felt very weird the first few times I did it. It still honestly feels a little weird. I think the first time I did it, I was honestly on experimenting with a little bit of magic mushrooms, which is unfortunately not something that is very easy to freely speak about on here, but yeah. Anyway, so we all know that us and everything around us, and crystals are energy. They vibrate at different frequencies. The main premise of manifesting is aligning your frequency with that of your desires. So basically our thoughts and our words are in tune with this frequency. Speaking your manifestations into existence is very, very powerful. It's something I've been practicing in my life, I would say, for the last like 4 to 6 months for the first time in my life, just because usually I keep my manifestations completely to myself, completely private. Even my mom, who is like my best friend, and she's the most beautiful, spiritual, loving, understanding woman, she doesn't really understand a lot of my biggest and wildest dreams. So it's kind of hard to even talk to her about it. So I've always kept my biggest manifestations to myself, up until, like I said, maybe the past like 4 to 6 months, when I now have a really good girlfriend who gets it. Like, we just are on the same wavelength. It is probably my #1 manifesting technique now. Like, shit happens so fast. It's so crazy. It blows our minds and it makes us laugh. Like, it's just hilarious, like what we can manifest by talking about it and believing it and like having fun with it. So I would say that is a huge manifesting tip and technique, is to just speak about your manifestations. So that is where these crystals come in handy, because they are holding on to those vibrations. Not only now is it in your head and coming out of your mouth, it is now going into the universe, and the crystal is holding on to it and then shooting it out into the universe. So all of this stuff that you want to experience and live and manifest is now being put into action. Like, it literally is just being put into action via the power of the crystal. This is my last really large rose quartz tower available, by the way, which I'm not going to be upset if it doesn't sell, because I'm just going to put it by my bed and keep it for myself. But these have been really, really lovely. I have loved this batch of rose quartz that I got in, and nothing beats a rose quartz tower, let me tell you. I have this one, and I also have this little baby one as well. Okay, so my last tip for you today on how you can use your crystals to help you manifest your wildest dreams is to use them in your meditation practice. Meditating with crystals is, in my mind, one of the highest vibe spiritual practices that you can implement into your life. And of course, it is just going to assist you with your manifestations. So I think a lot of people who haven't started meditating yet or haven't experimented with it get a little intimidated or confused, because it's just kind of hard to explain until you jump right in and do it. So understandably, it's a little intimidating. I totally get that. It doesn't have to be that way. And again, like anything else, this practice is intuitive to you and what feels right for you and your body and your dreams. But my meditation practice looks like, when I'm really practicing consistently, I lay down in the morning and I pick out my crystals that I feel called to that day. I want to do some crown chakra work. Maybe I'm going to have a piece of amethyst by my crown. If I'm working on my heart chakra, maybe I'm going to put a rose quartz on me. It really looks different every day, and it just depends. And if you are manifesting money, maybe you want to work with some citrine or pyrite and put that on your solar plexus chakra, or even your sacral chakra, which is below the belly button. I find that that is very helpful in stimulating your money manifesting game. So it just really depends, but I definitely recommend implementing crystals into a meditation practice. This is the perfect time to be manifesting huge things, because our world is speeding up. It's like kind of a hard thing to conceptualize and explain, but if I had to explain it, I would just say our world is speeding up. So if we get connected and we get in tune with the universe, and we ask for our desires and we believe it's coming, it will come very quickly to you. It really, really will. So yeah, I think that that basically covers it. All right guys, that does it for my 3 tips on manifesting with your crystals and how you can use them to manifest your wildest dreams. If there's anything you want to see more of or something specific, some specific idea you have for me, please let me know in the comments. That would be amazing. Please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and follow me on the gram. My personal is Jenna Ellis and my crystal page is at Pretty Crystals on Instagram. I also have a website where you can shop all of my pretty crystals for yourself. It is www.prettycrystals.co. I offer 10% off for new and first-time crystal buyers with me. I announced last week that I'm going to be doing a giveaway winner every single Crystal Saturday. So I'm going to let you know who won last week's. I decided to give away your choice of a baby pyrite cube, a piece of apophyllite, or a spirit quartz. So if you win, I will contact you and ask you which one you would like to receive from me. For next week's giveaway, let's do a piece of selenite. I will give you your choice of a selenite heart or a selenite crescent moon. I am in love with this little guy. I always am tempted to keep it for myself. Selenite is, in my opinion, the most cleansing crystal you could possibly have. I go like this all the time when I am feeling heavy and it just releases so much. It is so amazing. Like, I tell you, so freaking amazing. So to enter this week's giveaway, all you have to do is subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, comment below one thing you are manifesting. If it's too intimidating to say something really, really grand that you're manifesting, I encourage you to just do it. We are all here to support each other and uplift each other's dreams. And I promise you, if you think it's too big, it's not. That's too uncomfortable. I totally understand too. So just say any little thing you might be manifesting now. I am manifesting $10,000. I have been talking about this, I think, here and there in a couple videos, but I am making a very large purchase in my life and I just wanted to do a fun little manifesting, I guess, experiment, you could say, to see if I could manifest an extra random unexpected 10,000 within a certain time frame. I've already manifested about half of that from very like random unexpected sources, and I can do a whole money manifesting video too. I almost did it for today, but I decided we could just start broad. But let me know if you would like a money manifesting video, because I have lots of tips and tricks and stories galore on how I have manifested money into my life, and who doesn't want extra money. And that's it. I will announce another winner next week. Thank you again, guys, for being here with me. I can't wait to be in Utah together this weekend. Hope you will join me on my live looking at all the bigger pieces. I think that is all for today. So cheers to you wherever you are on this life journey. We're in it together. I love you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.